Jim Carrey says, now it's time to teach the rest of you guys a lesson. In real life, I legitimately can't say my last name. I never had a close relationship with my dad. The lines are like a blessing and a cursing at the same time, though, because it's a blessing because it's so crazy that you could say a line from close to 25 years ago and it still get remembered to this day.
Yeah.
The curse is hearing it every day.
And the police officer told my mom and my stepdad, you tell Hector never to come back because we knew everything that's going on here.
I was facing an attempted murder. That was my wake-up call. When you're living in your purpose and doing what you're meant to do, that's when you have peace of mind because you're living the way that you want to be living and supposed to be living.
Most people won't notice the moment it begins. Damage won't ask permission. Protection shouldn't either. When the danger's invisible, the shield should be too.
How's it going, everybody? This is Arnold from Windermere Cars and Coffee. We've got Hector, Cars and Coffee Winter Garden, and we got another Hector, the Hector, some would say, Noel G. Listen, I'm gonna make an attempt to pronounce your last name. Guglielmi.
We're going to go with that.
Is that it?
We're going to go with that, dog, because I don't know. I always tell people straight up, if you figure it out, you let me know.
Okay.
So we're going to go with that. I'm going to pretend that's it right there.
Okay.
We're going to say that's the winner.
That's the winner. All right, cool. Because you're half Italian, half Mexican. Is that correct?
I say Noel G just to keep it simple. You know what I mean? But you dove deep on me.
I'm going right in because you're like, I don't know how to pronounce my own last name. So I'm like, I'm going to help him out.
Yeah, I'm actually, it's crazy. My mom's actually Mexican and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
And my dad is 100% Italian. So I tell people I'm Baskin Robbins. I'm 31 flavors.
Yeah.
But I connect more with my Mexican side because I grew up with Mexicans my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about the Puerto Rican culture, and I don't know nothing about the Italian culture. Mexican-American culture, I grew up with Mexicans my whole life. So in my heart, what I consider myself just Mexican all around.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've had a pretty cool career. You still have that career. I'm gonna read this for a second. Here we go.
Dive in.
Jim Carrey, Paul Walker, Ethan Hawke, Denzel Washington, Keanu Reeves, Chris Evans, Vin Diesel, and we have mentioned earlier even Jamie Kennedy because I think Jamie Kennedy's funny. That is, award-winning actors, right? Academy Award-winning, Golden Globe winners, just crazy, crazy stuff. I want to hear your thoughts on working with, let's go with Jim Carrey first. That was in Bruce Almighty. Not your first role, obviously, but 2004, 2003, 2004?
Yeah, 2003.
Yeah. You had a monkey come out of your butt.
Don't get personal, bro. Don't get personal, homie. You know what I mean? No, I'm kidding, bro.
I want to know, like, what's it like being in a movie, on a movie set with someone? Let's go with Jim Carrey first.
Jim Carrey was crazy. I love Jim Carrey because that guy was a true nut in real life, but in a good way.
Yeah.
In a positive way. Like, he was real funny and off the hook, and you had to keep up with him on set. You know what I'm saying? Because he, I'll put it to you like this. I was only supposed to work 1 week on that movie.
Okay.
But I got 7 weeks out of it because he kept on changing the script.
Oh,
really?
And they actually kept on rewriting stuff. So it was crazy. I'll give you one example. So after the monkey comes out my butt, whatever, and I fall back, whatever. One of my homeboys out of the quote-unquote gang that we were in, the little, whatever there, he says, now it's, I apologize. Let me back up 2 seconds. Jim Carrey says, now it's time to teach the rest of you guys a lesson. So one of my homeboys says, oh, yeah, you in what army? And then what ends up happening is like 50 Jim Carreys jump out of Jim Carrey. And they each got their own individual beating.
Oh, wow.
And so this microphone, comes out of a cloud, and a microphone drops on the cloud, and he goes, let's get ready to rumble.
No way.
And then we all got our own individual beating. So like one gangster was, there was like gangster Jim Carreys, and he was hitting the hydraulics, and the gangster was getting bounced in between the hood. And then there was another scene where this gangster had a tattoo of a lizard and a dragon on him, and the lizard and dragon come alive and then eat him. And we actually started filming this stuff. They brought in Jim Carrey lookalikes. I thought this stuff was at least going to make it a special features, but didn't even go there. Wow. And long story short, this is how they ended it. The producer came and said, Jim, you know that we're over budget. We added on an extra 6 weeks to this movie because you keep on rewriting the script. He goes, we got to find a way to end this. And it's too early in the movie to display Jim Carrey's powers like this. You just got your powers early in the movie and you wouldn't know how to use your powers to this capacity. So we need to cut all that out. We need to find a way just to end it. So long story short, the way they ended it was the monkey comes out, they take off running, the bugs come out of his mouth, and whoop, there it is. So
wow,
I just got lucky in it. Yeah, and like I said, I thought all this stuff was gonna make it to special features. Yeah. Because they went all in, man. Like they started filming this stuff. This stuff was filmed. It's on tape. The footage is out there. But that's the inside stuff that you don't know when, quote unquote, you're not involved.
I'm a Jim Carrey fanboy, and you just blew my mind. Like I had no idea.
And it was funny. I'll give you one more fun fact about that movie. So they were 3 weeks in. It was like on their third or fourth week, but I'm pretty positive it was the third week. And one of the producers comes up to Jim Carrey and says, "Hey Jim, we are way over budget. Because you're rewriting all this stuff and you're coming up with all this new stuff that's not in the script and all this stuff is just off the cuff, whatever." He goes, "We are way over budget." And Jim Carrey goes, "Don't worry, I'll have a check here in the morning."
Wow.
Keep filming. And I was like, damn, bro. I was like, I just want a piece of that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it ended up being a beautiful thing for us. No one's mad because, again, we were on a 1 week contract, and because we got 7 weeks out of it, we got paid for 7 weeks instead of 1 week, which made my check fat, and I'm a happy camper.
Nice.
So, 2000. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the next when you get to the Paul Walker, ask him the story about the line.
Okay.
The famous line. Remember you talked about the last name and I can't pronounce it. Like.
Oh yeah.
So 2001, and I mean within 3 months of each other, you've got Fast and Furious Training Day. I think Fast and Furious was like May or June. Training Day was October. Early release was October. I think November may have been the premiere. That had to have been life-changing because you're in 2 mega movies in 2001.
Yeah, 100%.
When did you start feeling, man?
I'm so bad on the podcast. Let me put my phone on silent.
It's okay.
like, man, we only work with professionals.
So no, we don't.
Long story short, yeah, man. I mean, Fast and Furious was a real blessing because it kicked off the career. You know what I'm saying? So Fast and Furious is what started the roller coaster ride. There was a lot of projects that were done before Fast, but they just weren't as big as Fast. They were making some name, pulling in some headweight. Like I did X-Files and some other stuff.
Okay.
And I did that show Get Real, which was real popular back then, and things like that. But again, it just, Fast was the one that put me on the map or whatever, quote unquote, to whatever level you want to say that is. But long story short, it was crazy because the way the line came up to answer your question, to get into it, is working with Paul Walker. First of all, Paul, shout out to Paul, man. He's still alive in our hearts.
Absolutely.
He hasn't, his spirit never died or left us. But what happened was, and this is a short story, they bring us in for table reads.
Yep.
So long story short, in real life, I legitimately can't say my last name. I never had a close relationship with my dad. I never really got the correct pronunciation. Like, me and my dad were never that close, and so I really didn't know how to say my last name, and I didn't care or whatever. I just always said my first name anyways. But so we're at this table read, and it was the first table read where the whole Fast cast met each other. So the director, he goes, "I would like to go around the room," and he goes, "I want everybody to say their name and what role you play in the movie, and just introduce yourself." So it was funny, It's like, gets to Vin Diesel, and everyone just said it, normal, like gets to Vin, and I'm sitting kind of in the middle. So I was like, "Hi, my name is Vin Diesel. I play the role of Toretto. It's nice to be here. Thank you." It's like, "Hey, my name is Paul Walker. I play Brian." It's like, et cetera. It got to me, and I legitimately, I said, "Hey, my name is Noel G. I got a last name too. I can't pronounce it." Everyone started laughing, whatever. So next thing I know, in movies they give you sides.
Yeah.
So they give you the pages to the script that you're shooting
little
on that
notes.
day.
Yeah.
For the people who don't know. And long story short, it was crazy because I never forget. I went to the trailer and I got the sides, which is the script, and they had that line written in there.
That's
And I ain't getting no writer credit. You know what I mean? I'm still looking for the writer. I'm like, where's my writer credit? No, I'm just playing. But long story short, they wanted me to say that line in the movie that I said in real life that I said as an everyday joke.
And that's crazy because that's an iconic line. I mean,
Yeah.
He's got a lot of iconic lines. You really do. Like you've got Training Day, which later on, just a few months later, I mean, I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, there's that guy from the Fast and Furious again. I'm 16 years
I
old.
tell people a joke. I'm like the Mexican Where's Waldo. I just pop up in
You're
little
just
stuff
like,
here and
yeah.
there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, straight out.
I mean, I'm watching this movie and I was like, oh, he's working with Ethan Hawke now and Denzel.
The lines are like a blessing, a cursing at the same time, though, because it's a blessing because it's so crazy that you could say a line from close to 25 years ago and it still get remembered to this day.
Yeah.
The curse is hearing it every day.
You heard it
that's
today
like
like twice.
that's like
curse,
Dave
bro.
Chappelle's had the same problem, right? With like I'm Rick James and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So I can imagine
Yeah.
you get it. I said it to you today.
I'll still pretend it's like the first time I ever heard it in my life. But I'm like, come on, people, be creative, man. It's
Yeah.
not, I always tell people a joke, man. You want to get on an actor's good side, never talk about acting.
Yes.
Talk about sports, talk about cars, talk about whatever else. Never talk about acting. That's how you get on an actor's good side.
You know what's
Because
funny?
we talk about it every day.
What's funny, my name being Hector, I get a lot of his lines. Like if I've ordered car parts, like literally car parts
of
over the phone,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, so you're running 3 Honda
Three of
Civics with spoon
everything, yeah.
engines?" I get that all the time, bro, because my name is Hector.
Yeah.
So they associate me with Hector for the Fast and the Furious movie.
You
it
know,
happens all the time.
you know what you talking about Willis. What you talking about Willis, like different. So that guy in real life would always hear, "What you talking about, Willis?" Like say it. And he actually started attacking people in grocery stores and started attacking people like literally in public because he got so sick of it he would charge people. I haven't got there yet, but I'm close to there.
Yeah, there you go.
But go ahead.
So
I'm just messing around. I'm just playing. But I'm playing, but I'm not playing. But I'm playing.
But I mean, I have to say it though. You were in the most tense scene in Training Day. By far. I
Yeah.
think that was the most tense scene. Like you are there with Raymond Cruz,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Who is Tuco Salamanca, right?
Yeah.
And Breaking Bad. You still talk to Raymond, you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was just with him at a con. We just did a con together. And,
I mean, like you see him and you together, and I'm like, I got chills down my spine, man. And you had another really memorable scene, another memorable line, right? You guys are about to kill Ethan Hawke's character because of Denzel kind of basically wanted to abandon him. You guys are going to kill him in the tub, and all this stuff. And that it's just you have a great presence, man. Like I love the way you can go from being a comedic actor in a car movie to being a kind of a badass, like scary. Like you had me quaking at 16. It was like, this guy's fucking scary. Hey, so I travel every now and then, and there's one thing that I always love to do is I like to see the local car scene.
Yeah.
Whether I'm going to Savannah, Georgia, I'm going to Charleston, or I go to Los Angeles, or I go home to New York. I'm always curious, and what I do is I always turn on the Car Hangout app. And as you do, I'm sure you've RV'd.
Absolutely, 100%.
You've RV'd across the entire country,
Yep.
which is freaking nuts. But that app I have on standby, okay? I flip my phone open. Yes, I do have a flip phone because I like it. And I open it and I go through it and I see what's near me. And if it happens to fall within the time frame that I'm in that vicinity, I'll go check out a car show for sure.
Yep. Absolutely.
Big shout out to Car Hangout app for always being a part of what we do, for being friends and partners. Thank you so much to Car Hangout app.
Yeah, thank you.
But then like the career kept going. You did a movie with Keanu Reeves. He's chasing you in the beginning. Is it the beginning of the movie?
Yeah, Street Kings.
Yeah, Street Kings.
Yeah, there's a little police chase scene there, and he hems me up in the barbed wire at the end.
Yes, yeah. He said, whichever one runs, that's the one you go after.
Yeah,
right? And it was you.
I thought I was quick, but I wasn't quick enough.
He was in Starsky
and Hutch?
Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, but they cut that scene
yeah.
out.
Okay.
Yeah. We did a scene there, and it was with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. And so that's why I've learned a lesson in this business. You know, I never celebrate till it's over.
Yeah.
Because you could be in a movie and be cut out. Another movie my part was trimmed, was Old School. You know, I did Old School with Vince Vaughn. I had a small little part, but the part was bigger. But they cut out some of the scenes, and it was, you know. So again, I never celebrate until I watch it.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So now, like, let's changing gears.
So that's my one lesson to you guys. Never celebrate
That's
until
true.
it's over.
It's absolutely true. And we don't, you and I, if we ever do an event or anything like that, until everyone leaves.
Yeah.
Where
That's when it's successful,
Yeah,
and then you could talk about the success because
there's
it's over. You've been through it.
Nobody bashed.
Now
Everyone
you
was
can truly
happy.
say what it was.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when not knowing what's going to happen. It hits you, you rock and roll, get it done, and at the end you're like, oh, man, thank God everything went great.
Right. 100%.
Actually, before, I wanted to ask you one thing. You had a role in one of Bruce Willis's last movies, Paradise City.
Oh yeah.
That was towards the end. I mean,
yeah, my scene was with John Travolta. I didn't get to work with Bruce, so I didn't meet him at all.
oh, you didn't see him at all.
Yeah, I wish I
Okay.
would have got a minute to shake his hand or whatever.
Okay.
But my scenes were with John Travolta, which really ended up being a blessing to work with John because John liked me a lot, and he brought me back for 2 more of his films.
Speaking of Bruce, so this is what I was going to get into.
Yeah,
You
so-
work with Daniel Ayers. Do I have that right?
Nah, I don't.
David Ayer. Sorry.
Oh, David Ayer.
David Ayer.
Yeah,
Ayer. I'm
he
not
ain't no
how to
liar.
print-
No, I know, man. I got to protect you, Dave. Nah.
Yeah. He seems
I know you
to-
said it wrong. I'm just playing.
Yeah, my bad.
But yeah, no, David Ayers is one. Shout out to Dave, man. He's one that he's one of the very few in Hollywood
Seems to call you
that
back often.
hires you and keeps you.
Yeah.
And
I noticed
keeps you
that
going.
pattern.
And yeah, he put me in like 6 of his projects.
Yep.
Tax Collector being the last one that we did together with Shia LaBeouf and some other people. And long story short, man, I owe, really, to be honest with you, I owe a lot of my career to him because he's the one that brought me back and a lot of classics that he has done. I've been like in 6 of his movies.
Yeah, I did notice
and
that.
we still keep in touch to this day. We still every now and then DM text each other, see how we're doing. And he's just a real one. Nick, he didn't let Hollywood get to his head.
That's good to hear.
Yeah,
okay,
that's awesome.
now we can talk about cars, right? Let's go back to little Noel. First car.
Well, you know what's funny, man? The first car I ever drove in my life.
Okay.
I can't even make this stuff up. It was a station wagon lime green Pinto that I got 4-door. Got it for $300. But hey, it got me where I needed to be, whatever. And it was so funny. I used to park the car down the street when I would reach my destination, and I would walk to my destination because I wanted nobody to see me in the car. So I would like see where I'm supposed to be, and then I would park it down the street and then walk to where I'm at and be like, oh, I just took the bus. I was more proud to be in a bus than that car.
First car you fell in love with.
First car I fell in love with because it was my first car ever having, and I wish I would have kept it to this day, man. And you know, I had 2 of them though. It was a Honda Civic actually, it's
Okay.
a 2-door Honda Civic, and it was a red Mustang I had, custom and everything, to the T. But
Mustang
one,
guy, right?
yeah, one time that thing was a tank, bro. You know, back then they were made out of steel,
Yeah,
no fiberglass. Like if someone crashed, the other person had to worry, not me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a tank, bro, straight up, and you know, but it was crazy because at that time, you know, I was flat broke. I needed money. And, you know, some guy offered to buy it off me for $3,000. To this day, I regret it. To this day, I regret it because, you know, now fast forwarding, I could have sold it for maybe 50 or 60.
Yeah.
You know, now that but, you know, when you don't know, you know, we've all had a lot of expensive lessons in our life. And that was one of my expensive lessons, man, was letting that Mustang go for $3,000 when it was like even at that time, it was like a $30,000 car.
What year was it?
Man, I was
Mustang.
I was a kid. It was like a 75, 76. Like this was like, and it was mint condition, custom. Like the interior was nice, paint job. It was fresh out the gate. And yeah, bro, I still to this day I kick myself in the butt for that one.
Favorite movie car, and you don't have to pick a Fast and
No,
Furious car.
no. Well, for Fast and Furious one, it's the Eclipse.
Okay.
The green Eclipse, which I'm building right now, and I'm getting one of my own finally.
Oh.
It's like
Oh, nice.
Wow.
one of my friends said it the best, man. Some people want a Rolex watch, some people want a replica Fast and Furious car.
Yeah.
And so I got that. But long story short, I got a lot of favorite movie cars. I can't really just go with one.
All right, go.
I
give
like,
us a
you
few.
know, Back to Future,
The DeLorean.
back to the DeLorean, the Ghostbuster car. I got pissed off about Knight Rider though.
That's interesting.
I remember
Okay.
when I was a kid and I went to Universal Studios and I found out there were like 50 Knight Rider
Oh,
cars because
yeah.
I saw them in the back lot.
Yeah.
One was special for that. One was special for that one. Like each one had.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what? It's not just one car that does everything. I felt ripped off as a kid, and then I was like, no, but no, I'm still a Knight Rider fan.
Really?
So there's a lot, bro. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
okay.
so in the movie, in the Fast and the Furious movie, when they designated the cars to everybody, did they just say, "Hey, you're gonna drive this, you're gonna drive that," or how did that work out?
I don't know how it worked out with the other characters because Craig Lieberman, who's a good friend of mine, he's the one who assigned cars. I don't think he was really so tough on my car. Because you know I didn't have one of the starring roles in that movie, so I was probably the guy where they're like, we'll get to Hector when we get to Hector.
Yeah.
But the way that it happened in real life was I actually had a Honda in real life.
Yeah.
And because at that time, that car was the most cheapest, affordable, nicest car. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry had one.
Yeah.
You know, everybody had a Honda back in the, you know, the joke was, oh, you drive a Honda because so many people had them. Like, it was another way of saying, like, you're poor. You know what I mean? Because you got a Honda, right? But I had a Honda.
I wish I had a Honda. 'Cause I had a Ford Tempo.
I wanted.
Oh,
a Honda.
and I had a Honda in real life because that's just what
I
could
would've
I
loved to have a
afford at the
Civic.
time, and it was the nicest, cheapest car. Anyways, long story short, the director saw me pull up one day to the set of Fast and Furious, and because he saw me in a Honda in real life,
That makes sense.
he said, "Let's just put Hector in a Honda," and I think that's how they came to the solution of me driving a Honda.
That makes sense.
And
Yeah,
it had to
because-
be the Latino guy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that too.
It
Yeah.
had to be the Mexican in a
Had to be
Honda.
the Mexican
If
dude.
that wasn't a stereotype.
You know, I'll give you a funny story. My wife was I think she told Noel this when he came the first time. Her and her brother. Remember back in the day when you would order pay-per-view?
Yeah.
You had the cable box
Yeah.
and you order pay-per-view. They ordered the Fast and the Furious movie so many times. Their dad got a huge bill, like humongous bill. I forgot, a couple $100. And just ordering the movie.
God.
And her and her brother just really, really loved the movie. I watched that movie, like, no joke. I watched it 6 times in the theater when it came out.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
God.
six times.
It was a couple of times
6
for me
times
for sure
me.
as well. Like I think
Literally 6 times.
That's crazy.
two
Yeah,
or
that's
three
crazy.
times. I remember specifically, my cousin and I put on our rollerblades and we rollerbladed to the theater. And I have never to this day come out of a movie theater so hyped up. Because I was 16, I wasn't driving yet, so I'm from New York City, so it's like 17 and a half until you can drive. And I came out wanting a Civic.
Yeah.
Like, I was so freaking hyped up. I was like, yes.
Well, hey, thank you guys for contributing to our check. I'm playing, man.
No, of course, man.
No, but everybody in the series, you know, everybody wants part 1 back. You know,
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh, man.
Everybody we talk to, us as fans of the series, we want part 1.
I want that
You know,
bring
not a
back Hector
superhero movie,
movement
but we
to
want
happen.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. If you guys know someone, put in an email, a phone call, a fax, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything.
But yeah, tag Vin Diesel and hashtag bring back Hector. and
Bring
get
back
it out
Hector.
there.
Yeah,
I got
definitely bring back Hector.
I got some good news for you guys. Part 11 is coming back supposedly to the
Right.
roots.
Yeah, that's what
So-
I've seen.
In part 11, it's supposed to go back to what part 1 was. So we'll find out together if that happens or not.
It's just
But
interesting.
what they are doing, what I do love about part 11 is they're bringing back some of the cars that were in part 1.
Oh.
So there's a little spoiler alert for you. I won't say what cars, but there's a little something for this podcast.
There you go.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I'm now more excited because I literally, after Paul Walker passed away, which to me is still one of the worst Hollywood tragedies. To me, I couldn't watch anything after that. I would watch a clip here and there, and it's just so outlandish, so crazy that it makes no sense. Like how a franchise about cars and drag racing and all this other stuff became into something about superheroes,
Yeah, yeah.
saving the world and going to space.
Yeah.
It just became nuts. So now that they've grounded the franchise back down to reality, I actually am looking forward to seeing the 11th movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. A lot of people. What I hear in the car scene is the same thing. You know, bring
Yeah.
back the characters, bring back the cars, and that's what I mean, if they truly want to give the fans, you know, what they want. Obviously, the Hector character is one of them. in the cars.
Absolutely.
And I think that in my opinion, if they were to bring 11, and I'm not just saying this because I know Noel and we work with him and he comes out and visit us, but I think that if Part 11 comes out and they don't put the character there, people are still going to say
they have to bring back.
They should have brought it back. And this is fans speaking here.
Yeah.
I think people are going to say that they should have brought Hector back, and it's just part that iconic roles.
We can even bring back Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Where is Ja?
That's a good one too.
We could even bring back Ja. I know he turned down the second movie, and that's how he was basically axed out of the franchise. But I mean, listen, we all make mistakes. Bring back Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Monica.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
that's
crazy.
the part. But it's so. What do you think about the Central Florida car scene? I mean, compared to, because I know you've been many places. What do you think about?
You know I've been here a lot, man. This being my third or fourth time back. Fourth time back, and I was giving a multiple choice. And, no, I love it out here, man, because one of the sayings that we have in Fast and the Furious is family.
Yeah.
And out here, it truly feels like a family. I got very close to Hector. I know I met you a couple times, and we actually started getting closer on this trip, I feel.
Yeah.
I know we talked here and there, but I just like how everyone is nice, polite, they're respectful. And long story short, what I love about you guys, too, is you guys allow some of the cars that aren't allowed in other scenes or whatever they have. And that's kind of what Fast and Furious was about, if you really think about it.
True.
In Fast and Furious, it wasn't just one particular car. It was any car that goes fast, you're allowed, let's go. Yeah. And so I like that, how you guys do that out here, you know what I'm saying? And that's very rare, because a lot of, cars and coffees or car places, a lot of them have guidelines, which I respect, because I get it. If they're trying for one theme, that makes perfect sense. There's but I'm just saying, I also like the invitation of like, hey, man, you got a car that could keep up. Come on in. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. Of course, there has to be some guidelines. I understand that 100%. But I'm just saying, what I love about Orlando, Florida, is that you guys are a little more invitational, than usual. And so I like that.
Yeah.
So even today when we had the rally, we had some different cars that would never be allowed in a rally and things like that, and even the cars at the car show. Some are kind of like, So I love the family orientation out here. And I just love Florida too, period,
Yeah.
Whenever I come to Florida too, just to keep it honest, I never feel like I'm away from home. Because you guys have all the same stuff out here that we have out there. You got
the weather's
Disneyland,
similar.
Universal Studios, SeaWorld.
We just don't have mountains.
There you go.
The views in Cal,
there you go.
in
You got
SoCal,
speed bumps.
Yeah, we got speed bumps.
You
Yeah,
got baby
it's
bumps.
like that's the biggest hill you'll see.
Right.
Florida.
But like, no. So I love Florida, man. I love the car scene out here, the cars and coffee, Winter Garden. Like, I love it all, man. And continue. I even told Hector as a joke, I'm like, they're gonna get tired of me soon, bro. I'm like, you got to bring out some other, quote unquote people.
I think on that note, I think people are starting to not starting. They see you as, like you say, part of the family here.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they would get bored. I think more or less they'd be very inviting for you to come back, because
it's a familiar face.
It's a familiar
nice.
face.
It's comfortable,
and people feel like when they connect to someone, especially here, they feel like he's coming back, to see us. He's one of us, and I think that's one of the things I told you one time. I said, people here are very loyal, and it doesn't matter if you come 100 times, they're gonna receive you the same way each time, and me and Arnold can attest to that with our shows.
Mm-hmm.
We do our show every month. And every month is the same people come out, right? And new people come out from now, and they're very loyal. And they show up, and you say, "Hey, I'm going to do this." You text them, and they'll be there.
Yep.
Like a lot, Felix, a lot of the guys that were on today, those guys, doesn't matter what you're doing, if they'll show up.
They're just down to hang.
Yeah,
always down to hang out.
Yeah, so that's kind of what the culture is here.
No, and I love that, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's why you guys are, rising above the game and doing it different ways, and so I love it, man.
And
it works for me.
D from the Car Hangout app said the same thing, and D, one of our partners, he's
we were driving today on the rally, and this guy pulls up. Hey, man, I love it, man. I'm coming back. And he's like, it was my first time ever. And he couldn't believe, he was just so excited. It was like, Hector didn't even get a word in. And
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So
D said the same thing. And, Miami has a huge car scene.
It does.
And they have like hypercars down there.
Yeah.
And he said, your guys is out. This is exactly what he said. He said, I brought my kids here and I felt comfortable letting them go hang out.
We are way more family friendly
Yeah.
because people know, like, oh, there's a child within earshot. We're not going to swear and curse and talk about what we did with some woman the other day, something like that. You know, it's a little different here. It's like you said. It's funny how you say it, like we're very inclusive because Dom's in the first movie. Dom's crew had a Jetta and a Maxima.
Yeah.
That's not something you commonly see at a Cars and Coffee. And so today, yesterday, and in the rally today, we had a Miata, we had a Mustang. There was all sorts of stuff. It was all sorts of variety.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's more. Yeah, and
Volkswagen,
again, though,
again,
just to be clear, I respect guidelines. I respect a certain theme. I get that 100%.
Oh, believe me.
All I'm saying is stuff outside of that is cool as well. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to be clear on that.
And you know that guy in the Mustang, that was the father and
like
daughter.
you can't be a
that came from
Mustang in
Canada.
a truck club. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
all
true.
right, I get it.
But that guy and his daughter came here from Canada
Yeah.
just to see you.
So that blue
wow.
Mustang,
Yeah.
that was, I think,
They
a
gonna make me
rental
cry
car,
nonstop.
right? So they rented a car to be a part of the rally just to see you, and they came here from Canada, and
they're Scottish, right from Scotland.
they were
originally.
Scottish, from Glasgow. Like they were born in Scotland, and then they moved to Canada. They told us a bit of their story, and they're like, "Yeah, we came here to see Noel." I was like, "Wow, that is really cool." And they loved the meet, they loved the rally. And it was that blue Mustang convertible.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's what's, well, just so they know, I came from LA to see them. So
There you go.
So-
Yeah. And last time when we did the charity one,
Yeah.
when he came, what was it, December?
Yeah.
That we had no, it wasn't that one. It was the UCP one, and a kid came from Montana,
Wow.
because he was building an Eclipse, and he wanted to see the Eclipse that Gabe brought out, and he wanted to meet Noel and Montana, young kid, probably 18 years old, 19 years old.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So we've had people come out here from other places, which is cool for us because normally it's the same people, but it just tells you that people enjoy what we're offering.
Yeah, it always means a lot.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things here that we've accomplished, I know Pete's not here today, but we've brought like the several Cars and Coffee together to do these shows and to bring stuff like this, just throw something in the mix. I mean, like, today we did a rally with Hector, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that people haven't seen. And it was a very mellow rally by rally standards.
Yeah.
Standards.
Yeah, we can't. If we go over 100 now, we get arrested in
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah.
So yay, Florida.
That's crazy, man. Because
Yeah.
I was driving over 100 in the truck, man. I'm lucky I didn't get pulled. I had no idea, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, so
I'm
but
gonna
you
keep it
have
99.
Hey, you have a radar detector. So
I'm gonna
there's
keep it
one left, you want
99,
that, so-
bro. But I was like,
So it was pretty cool, man. Today was. I know we're all beat because rallies are.
I had to leave the rally
Yeah.
early just because
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I got to go home, change, shave, and grab these notes.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah,
And
people don't know how much we put into this show.
it goes,
Like
yeah.
time and
So this show, the podcast or our shows?
all of it. All of it.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
all
so.
one.
Yeah.
It's all one if you think about it. Noel's here this morning. He met us at Desertland.
Yeah, it was-
and
it
then
was
rally
early.
with us.
It was early.
And here we are, all three of us here.
It was early.
And so thank you, by the way, for sticking through it with us. And
nah, of course, anytime, man. It's all love.
Yeah.
It's all love. I ain't
So-
gonna lie. I'm half asleep right now, but I'm good.
Yeah, you've had a long 4 days. You went to Miami. You saw the hotel from Scarface. You were traveling, man. You were having a good time. So I get it.
Yeah.
You have every right to. You know, you're here in Florida. Might as well go check out Miami.
Yeah, every time I've come here, I've done something different, so it's been cool. I did Universal Studios, the Magic Kingdom. We did the what do you call it? The Everglades, where you go ride on an airboat.
Yeah. Look at all the crocodiles and alligators.
I
and
did
stuff.
Crocland.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it all, man. We did a lot out here. That's why I said I love Florida. Like, I legit could live here, straight up. Like, I do like it.
It's funny because
the only thing that sucks about Florida, though, I'm just gonna keep it 100, is you guys' weather.
it's hot.
I can't deal with
It's
that.
hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's
One thing that we're spoiled with in LA is our weather.
It's very
I ain't
consistent.
gonna lie. In LA, like, when it's hot, it's never too hot, and when it's cold, it's never too cold. Like, we're spoiled with our weather out there.
Yeah.
We're 30 minutes away from the beach. Like, yeah, we're spoiled.
I've stayed in downtown more than a handful of times, and I'd have to walk to the convention center, and it could be 90 degrees, but I'm not dying.
Yeah, 'cause it's
a
dry heat.
It's dry
Yeah,
heat. Yeah, it's
that's what I'm
different.
saying. It's not you out here. It's like humid, man. You feel like right when you step out, you feel like, man, I got to shower.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah.
You feel.
Yeah, no,
drenched.
July.
It's nasty.
I'll tell you that before I moved to Florida, I came to the theme parks in July, and we were at Magic Kingdom. We went for like 3 hours, and we were the heck with this. We're done. It just gets so hot and no shade. I mean, we were there Thursday, and it was 85 degrees, 86 degrees Thursday.
Yeah.
Can you imagine when it's 94, 95?
Yeah, I know. And then people get mad when the animals don't move. It's like,
I'm going to be in California in November, so I'm like actually looking forward to California November weather in Los Angeles specifically.
Yeah.
And so now you just brought this up. Before you were in Florida, we're gonna get real now. Okay, let's go back in time with the two of you. Before you were in Florida, you were in Oklahoma. Before Oklahoma, you were born in
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. You were born in.
I was born in Cali.
Okay, you guys have a pretty similar upbringing, right?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned that you wanted to talk about where you started and how you started.
Yeah.
We're going to get a little real.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You go first. You've got a very, very, what I like to call fascinating background.
Yeah.
Because, listen, like, bro, I love gangster movies, mafia movies, and all that stuff. Like, I binge watch a lot of the stuff. I binge watch podcasts about mafiosos and all that and gangsters. I want to hear this. I want people to know Hector and, like, the incredible life changes you've made. And the same thing with you once he's done.
Yeah, and it's similar path, and I'll start obviously when I was born in my mom poor as can be, and as a matter of fact, I read an article of the street where I grew up in, and funny story is he happens to know the gang that on that street gang where I was raised.
Can we mention this gang?
Yeah, Blythe Street Gang.
Okay.
And they in that article they mentioned that it was the slums of the San Fernando Valley, and just
you're from the
because-
valley?
Yeah, from the valley.
Okay.
So just the murders and police officers wouldn't go there. The pizza man wouldn't deliver pizza there. I mean, that's how bad it was. You called the pizza place and you would mention Blythe Street, they'd be like, oh, we don't deliver there.
Wow.
That's how bad it was. Wow. But growing up and all that, joining the gang, being part of the gang, seeing your buddies get arrested, people shot in front of you,
worse,
and selling drugs. I mean, everything that comes with it, right? I mean, the whole package. And it's just one of those things where when you're in the moment, you don't really think about it, but it's very it draws you in whether you want to be drawn in or not.
Yeah.
And without going into too much details of stuff that I saw, I mean, just saw people getting beat up all the time.
I'm sure people
shot, and all that stuff.
Imagine the worst, yeah.
The only thing that I can thank God that I never physically hurt someone.
Good. Okay.
And I will say that. And I kind of, if I look back, that's one of the things that I say proudly. Because for whatever reason, the way the path went, I was never put in that situation. Yeah, we had a few fist fights. Who hasn't,
that's
right?
Normal. Yeah.
That's normal. But, selling drugs, I was really the only one that lived in the neighborhood. So everything flowed through me. Wow. You know what I mean? Everything there flowed through me. And just a lot of my friends dead. Probably, I would say I have more dead friends than alive from that era. In between, even older, committing suicide, overdosing, all kinds of things.
Are we talking 90s?
And I was mid-90s, because I was born in 82.
Okay.
So mid-90s. But so when I joined the gang, there was a peace treaty when the Mexican mafia had all gangs on a tight leash. There was a story, one of the mafia members, their son got killed, and then they put a stop to all the street gangs. So it was during that time, it was a little bit less drive-by shootings, and it was a lot more peaceful. But people still got out of hand, right? The inmates still controlled the streets. But so I'll tell you without, because we only have so much time, but growing up and all that, seeing a lot of my friends, die, and then when I experience a drive-by shooting that my, at the time, my 4-year-old sister was on her tricycle in front of my house. That's when, and my mom was sweeping, actually. Whoa. And when I saw that, that's kind of what opened my eyes. And I said, if my family gets killed for a street name it's a street that doesn't even belong to me. I could say I'm from here, but it doesn't belong to me.
Yeah.
That's kind of what made me change, because they were not after them. They were after us, me and my friends. And that, I'll tell you exactly what happened in that situation. I was inside the house. I went outside. Actually, my ex-brother-in-law, and it turned out to be a self-defense case, shot back when they did the drive-by shooting and killed one of the guys. And so he just got a weapons charge because of it was considered self-defense.
Yeah.
But that was one of the times where I said, okay, I have to change here.
You went to
so my mom called my Uncle John, who's not blood relative. He was married into, my Uncle John was military. And he said, I'm going to take this kid but you come to me, it's my rules.
So it's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Oklahoma City.
I had an Uncle Phil. I did. Honest to God, I had an Uncle Phil. And my uncle, he just passed away not too long ago, like last September, I believe. That was last September. Last year. And my Uncle John, he was very, 10 o'clock is the latest you can be out in Oklahoma. You have to do the dishes, clean the house. Like, he taught me discipline. Mm-hmm. And but anyway, when my mom sent me off, this is true story. When my mom, she sent me off on a Wednesday, and on a Sunday, the police raided my house.
Wow.
And my stepdad had got rid of everything, but when I left, it was basically clean slate for Hector. And the police officer told my mom and my stepdad, you tell Hector never to come back, because we knew everything was going on here, and he got lucky by a few days. Wow. And in between those things, there's more to the story. I did the juvenile hall thing and all that stuff. But once that happened, and my Uncle John and all of them heard about it, they were like, no, he's staying here. And so I'll fast forward so we can switch it to Noel, and then late in the future, we can go more into details. Yeah. But where I'm at now, master's degree, went to college, got my master's degree. I'm an executive on a company, vice president of a company, and I'm the living proof that it doesn't matter where you come from, you can always change it.
Of course.
And so now we live great, and I see people, and I have some of my friends on Facebook, and I'm like, help these kids, and I try as best I can to say, hey man, if I did it, anyone can do it, because I've never considered myself the smartest person on planet Earth, but so many times I was just telling him a story where a guy pulled out a shotgun right on my chest. And the only reason why he didn't fire was because we just happened to be in front of a garage party. Because in California, they throw their parties in a garage, right? And so that's the Mexican parties in the garage. And they just happened to be a party behind us, and the guy looked over, and there was just too many witnesses. And he didn't pull the trigger.
Wow.
And so there's stories and stories and stories and stories. And but yeah, man, I mean, my brother at 15 years old went for life with parole. He's coming out next month. Says he was 15 and he's 40 years old.
Oh, it's his first time released?
Yeah, since he was 15. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, he murdered one, and he was 15. And so, yeah, man. I mean, it's a crazy story, because my brother and I were growing up, and an abusive, physically abusive stepdad and all that, nonsense that happens. And my mom just made poor decisions, in with the guy she had at the house, But yeah, man. But now here we are, and everybody, and with this Cars and Coffee thing, like a lot of people know us. I can use a lot of that stuff that to help other kids, and we talk about it behind the scenes of charities and how we can help people, and but yeah, man. That's just fast forward from that's just like, I'm only telling you like this much of it.
I mean, you're making a positive impact on people's lives. Yeah. You've turned something from your past to something very positive now. You're doing that now as well yourself, Noel. You've got your cross. You very proudly display it everywhere you go. You post about your faith, your beliefs all the time. So now I want to kick it over to you. I want to hear something, like what he was sharing about your upbringing. Like, where were you born? What street? What neighborhood?
Yeah, no, first and foremost, Hector, man, thank you for sharing that. Like, you said some other stuff there that's crazy, bro. And so we all got
It's not easy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we all got our stuff that, makes us who we are today. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
yeah, bro, thank you for that. Because sometimes it's funny, man, when you're on a podcast or you get the answer, you're like that, then you're like, I didn't hear that part. Hold up. Dog.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool, man. I'm going to make mine a lot shorter, though,
Yeah.
than Hector's. I'm going to make mine a lot shorter. I grew up to the age of 13. My parents left me. It's how I got in the street life. And, just was doing knucklehead stuff. And then I was, just fast forward, I was facing an attempted murder. That was my wake-up call. We caught an enemy gang member slipping. And, we got him. We put him in a coma, whatever. When he got out of the coma, he recognized me. And then, I was faced with 20 to 25 years, second strike, attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, armed robbery. They threw the book at me, and that's where I was like, all right, enough's enough. And then, got into acting, and that's what saved me in a sense, because when I made a lot of money, I was kind of like, I was putting in work for the neighborhood, but then I was kind of like, I don't really need that life anymore, So
Right.
now I just wanted to hang out and have fun and while out and act a fool. And I know what you meant when you said it, but it's not that I wear this proudly or any of that stuff. I just wear it, and it is what it is. People will take it as they take it, but it's not because I wear it proudly. I'm like, hey, look at me or whatever.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I just wanted to make that clear. So, because when you say something, you got to clear up what's not right. I don't wear it like that. I just wear it. The only thing you'll ever
You're not
see me with
flaunting
is,
it, in other words.
no, I just wear this and a watch and a bracelet. That's all the jewelry I've ever worn. But I just wear this because it's my belief. And
Exactly.
they'll take it how they take it. But I just wear it to wear it. How it's taken, I don't know, because everyone is an individual and they're going to take it the way they take it. But I just said that to say, like, I just wear it because it's my belief. That doesn't make me perfect in any way,
No.
shape, or form. But
Nobody
it's
is.
it's just what I believe in. So I wear it because I just wear it for the man upstairs,
Right.
But yeah, so then I've realized in life that, we all have a platform, but my platform is not mine. My platform is to give him a platform.
Understood.
And so, I use my platform to give him a platform. And even in the Bible, it says, share the good news. You're meant to share the good news of, and again, I don't push my belief upon anyone else. You believe what you believe. You believe what you believe. They believe what they believe who's watching. But you're meant to share the good news of Jesus Christ, and if you're a follower of Jesus Christ, you listen to him. And so that's why I share the good news whenever, wherever I can,
Yeah.
And of course there's a time and a place, and even sometimes if there's not a time or place, you share anyways, because God himself might tell you to do it at that time, because that's when it much more so needs to be heard. And so, I just operate my life like that. And that's pretty much it,
So work basically helped you turn your life around.
Yeah,
Being in the industry.
Well,
was a
you
wake-up
go
call.
you go through certain phases in your life, and my get out of the street phase was facing an attempted murder charge that
Yeah,
was going
that was
to
your
put me
wake-up call.
that
Yeah.
was going to put me in jail for life, and that's where I was like, yeah, I don't need this life no more. I'm good. So that was that, and then I really, to be real with you, I heard about Jesus Christ the first time in my life ever when I was 15 years old.
Really?
And my parents, my mom was Catholic, but they never really took me to church like that or whatever. They live by good morals,
Right.
like don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat, come home at this time. And they just live by good principles. And, then when I was 15, I really heard about Jesus Christ. And then Hollywood kicked off, turned my back on him, acted a fool for, 20-something years plus. And then came back to Jesus full circle in 2008 of November. And, that's where I came in full force, and it was like, all right, let's do this for real. No more playing with them.
So now you've changed a lot about yourself. Are you back in touch with your family, with your mom and dad?
No.
Okay.
My mom passed away.
Okay, sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
no, it happens. It's life. But nah, it's just me. So
Just you.
Yeah. But I just had to make mine shorter.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
yeah.
Like,
For me, it's like I could go and go and
Yeah.
go and go for hours.
Yeah, no, I could go and go for hours too. But you know,
we
who
only
wants
have
to-
1 hour.
Who wants to hear all that? So that's why I just try to keep mine short. But the short story, if I was to sum it up in a nutshell, this is how I say it in 2 sentences or less.
Go for it.
I used to be a gangster for the world. Now I'm a godster for Jesus Christ.
Okay, fair.
So instead of keeping a gangster, keep a godster.
I 100% respect that.
Yeah,
I actually like the way you phrase that.
Yeah.
I definitely like
that's
the way you phrase
that's the testimony in 2 sentences.
Yeah.
So just picture everything in between that, and yeah, I probably done it, been there, and whatever.
it. Yeah.
But it's cool. But it's cool though because what's cool about it is that where we are in life now, we can use the same reach that we have, to impact people indirectly. I mean, you do it all the time, and with your show, I do it in my show. We've done it together, and he does it with his fame.
And sometimes the reason why you're not meant to talk about God is because your lifestyle should prove God already.
Yeah.
When you're really serving God, there's a transformation that takes place in your life. If someone is claiming to serve God, but has not transformed or changed from who they were, and they're still the same thing, but they're still talking about God, I would question it.
I've met many people like that who, do all that. They post about it on Instagram.
When you're really serving God, there's a transformation that takes place. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
That's why God says He renews the mind, He renews the way you think, He renews what you do, He renews your actions. You get renewed. That's why He says born again. It's not like you're going to be born again, go back into your mom's stomach and come out a baby. You're going to be born again as if you're starting a whole new life from the old life you had.
Yeah.
And that's what He means by born again. So, and again, we could go deeper down the rabbit hole, but those are just some gold nuggets for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So before we end this, we've got a few more minutes, but before we end this, where do you see yourself? People always ask these kinds of questions. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Well, it's funny, that question gets asked a few times, and it's funny, I remember it the best and set it off. It's like one girl had a full-on plan, and the other girl's like, I'm just worried about today.
Okay.
You
taking it one step at a time?
I take it one step at a time, but that still doesn't mean to plan something and have a future goal that you're going for.
Yeah.
So, does it get there or not? I don't know. But I do have a plan, and I do have a hope.
What do you
and
hope
I do
for?
have a vision and a dream and idea, because the Bible also says that without dreams, vision, and ideas, our people will perish. And, if you don't have, what real peace of mind is? Real peace of mind is living in your purpose.
Okay.
If you're not living in your purpose, that's why you're unsettled. That's why you're restless. That's why you're still searching and looking for what it is I need to do or want to do or have to do, because you're just not living in your purpose. When you're living in your purpose and doing what you're meant to do, that's when you have peace of mind, because you're living the way that you want to be living and supposed to be living. And then that's what gives you peace of mind,
As an actor. Sorry.
No. And so to answer your question is, I do have a goal and I do have a plan, and I'm headed towards that plan. But, like we just seen the other day, you never know when you're going to die. So I could die right when I leave this podcast. I can get shot outside, or I can get in a car accident, or whatever. So I always tell people, of course have a plan, have an idea, have a vision that you're headed towards, a dream that you're headed towards, something that you want to make happen, because God has given you a special gift. He's given every individual in this world a special gift. And it's time to let that gift outside of you and let it go to work. And so that's why it's
purpose.
That's exactly why it's okay to, so I'm just saying, but so every day that you live for that special gift to happen, you know what I'm saying? And to try to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things I want to say, it's just a little different note, is that, every time I was in Disney with you, and one of the cool things, I just want to say thank you when you see people, like, they recognize you, man. This guy takes pictures with everyone.
Does he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Never. That is just his character, right?
Yeah, you have a very recognizable face
Yeah.
and character. And in some way, I feel like you've been typecast. But at the same time, it must feel kind of cool to be recognized everywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I said, it's a blessing, a curse. It's a blessing because heck yeah, and I've never in my life, as Hector witness, said no to someone who's asked for a picture. Other than when we're at a car show, or a Comic-Con, because that's a business thing and it's something a little different. So there, a fan knows what they're coming for, and at a Comic-Con or a car show or something like that, like something has to be purchased on the table before that. But I'm saying on the street, catch me in a Starbucks, a grocery store, Disneyland, yes, all day long. But at a Comic-Con, it's a little different, because if not, you come there and they know you're there.
Professional setting,
and then you're just taking pictures all day long for free, and it's like this, and then there's the business side of it where people got to recoup, and that's just a whole different. They know what they're coming for.
And you said this one time to me a long time ago, and I didn't
go ahead.
forget. For us, it's one picture. For you, it's 1,000.
Yeah. For me, it's 1,000 pictures but I'll make every picture look like the first.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, when you do picture after picture after picture after picture, that can get tiring.
Your face,
and
your
I felt like I'm gonna get my cardboard cutout and just stand them right there. You know what I mean? But again, I'll make every picture look like the first, and it's a blessing. And I'll take a picture with anybody and everybody anywhere. But there's just certain circumstances of different situations. But sometimes what happens is, and I get it. Again, I get it, just so we're clear. And I have no complaint. Come up anytime. But in anything, there's a respectful way to do it.
Of course.
And a disrespectful way to do it.
Of course.
So sometimes
you're eating.
I'm eating. We'll use that for an example. I have many. I had people follow me in the bathroom. I've had people try to follow me in the car, follow me to my house. So I've now made it a habit to look in my rearview mirror.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm pulling up to my house, I make sure no one's behind me or following me. And if I think someone's following me because they've been behind me for too damn long, no, I don't even turn on my street. I just keep going and and ditch them until okay, now they get the point. I'm not gonna stop or pull over. I've had many story situations like that. Again, I'm not Kevin Hart of The Rock, but I've had many situations where fans have done some out of the box stuff to get you and get a picture, talk to you or whatever the case is. And so just to give a small one for eating, for example, I get it for the fan. If they see you in a restaurant, I might never ever see you again in my life.
That's true.
This is my only chance I get to do it. This is the only time it's ever going to happen. I get all that side to it. But here's what happens sometimes. Sometimes a fan will come up while you're eating and they'll be like, dude, I know you're eating and I don't want to take up a lot of your time. And they'll tell you a 30-minute story. And you're like, dude, I'm eating. So the respectful way, I think, is wait till I get up to go to the bathroom, or wait till you catch me in the parking lot if it's that serious.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But again, I'm nice to everybody under any circumstance. I'm just saying there's sometimes we're come on, really? Even Kevin Hart did a whole thing on it and I've had it happen to me and I can relate, I laugh. There's times where guys will come into the men's restroom with me because they pretend they got to use the restroom when they really don't. They did it just to, follow me in there and talk. And I'm like, dude, I'm taking a piss, bro. I don't know if this is the right time to have a conversation.
They just turn on the faucet and leave.
Give me a second, bro.
Real funny because my son, he's here somewhere over there. He was at the Starbucks there in DeLand, and Shaq was right there.
What?
Yeah, Shaq was sitting down, and my son recognized him and was looking at Shaq, but he didn't go approach it because Shaq was having his coffee and whatnot. And he said Shaq kept staring at him back, are you gonna come over here and say something?
Yeah.
But he never did out of respect. He said I was
with, and I'm not gonna name them. I've been with very big actors in public places.
Well, I just named them for you.
And
Jim Carrey, Paul Walker.
No, but I ain't naming nobody. But I've been in places with very big actors where they've got approached, and I seen them very politely say, hey, man, I would love to take a picture with you, but right now I'm with my family, and I just don't want to do that because it's going to open up the box to everybody wanting a picture, and it's going to take away my family time. And I've witnessed that with several actors right in front of my face.
I met.
And so there's been polite ways of now's not the time. And, but again, and that's why it's one of those gray areas, it's a 50-50 because, now we're the butthead because we didn't want to take the picture because you came up at the wrong time. Yeah. And now we're the bad guys. It's nah, it's not that. It's just, when you deal with it every day of your life. You know what I mean? You got to find a way
yeah,
to.
it's
You got to find a way to
Yeah.
monitor it.
You've seen videos John Cena's done. Like, people just accost the guy out of nowhere, and he's like, "Man, you got to back up. You know, like, you got to give me some space. If you want a picture, just ask politely. Otherwise, like," and people are in his face.
Yeah. No, it could drive some people crazy. I've seen some, and that's why some of these actors that you're seeing now, you know, flipping out a little bit is because, man, when you live with that every day of your life,
the paparazzi, there should be some kind of laws around paparazzi following you and stalking you. I mean, they
made a movie called Paparazzi. Actually, it's funny. You can watch the movie, and that gives you a taste of, you know,
it's horrible.
Yeah, it's just,
you guys go through some.
But again,
crap.
like I said, you know,
that's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, it's with I forget who. It's another, but he's well known, and I forget. But my whole point is, it's a blessing. It really is a blessing. I love all my fans. I love all you guys. Just all I'm saying is just, you know the appropriate time to approach and not approach. That's all.
Of course, there's boundaries to everything. Yeah. If I was, you know, if I'm,
but some people take it personal, and it just goes back to the golden rule: you can't please everybody. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're wrong, you're right. When you're right, you're wrong. Like, you just can't please everybody. It just is.
It's absolutely true. That's all.
You try your best to be your best, and it's never the best.
So real quick before we go,
no, I'm just kidding.
So we have a Toys for Tots thing we're doing in December.
Oh crap! So now he's saying it public, so it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. We're gonna make it happen one way or another.
Now it's official.
So we're trying to to bring it back. Of course, you know, obviously if schedule is good and everything. So if you do come back, right? If you do come back, do you think that we should keep the shows like what you've been witnessing or what you've been part of, or anything else with your experience with these car shows?
I think that you guys should do. I think you guys should have. I think you guys should have, if you can do it. I know Cars and Coffee is Cars and Coffee, so there's a thing for that, because I've been to many Cars and Coffee, and it's just what you guys have. But if you're trying to think outside of the box and you're trying to do something just a little different, it's like, for example, the cars we're revving today. You know, have a two-step competition. Who has the loudest car? You know, drive them in. I've been at many events where they do, you know, a push-up contest. They go, all the toughest guys, and even the girls, if they want to join in. These things take, you know, a little bit, but it's fun, you know. So you say, you line up, you know, 15, 20 guys, and whoever wins gets $100 or $200, whatever the prize is. And you say, whoever can do push-ups the longest.
I like that.
Another one is, I've seen another car show, and, you know, they do things, they do a tug-of-war contest. They go buy some rope. They get 10 guys on this side, 10 guys on this side. Okay. And sometimes they even do it girls against guys, and it's kind of funny. You get the girls and the guys, and they're going against each other. You know, little things like that. Maybe a limbo contest. Yeah. Maybe, you know, just you flavor it up a little bit. You know, maybe get a stage and do, you know, a little, maybe get a stage if it's a little mini stage. And what you guys are doing here, do a live podcast on stage, interview me on stage, or interview whoever on stage, interview some of the main car people on stage, and give a message to the community, you know, give a message of hope, of, you know, whatever. These are just different things that you guys could throw into the mix. And these are just ideas that I've been to many shows and seen many shows. You know, it's always about, it's like Pepsi and Coke, 7-Up and Sprite. You know, there's always an idea, but then you kind of kick up the idea a little bit more by flavoring it up, put a little more ornaments on the Christmas tree than usual, and make the event a little bit better by doing something different that no one else has done / started. And of course, some of these things have been done, but I'm just making a point, like, it might be a first for you guys here too.
I think some of that's been like in Cody's shows, right?
Yeah. Not Fuel Fest.
Fuel Fest?
No. What I did is I gave you actually a piece from a lot of different shows and just brought it back to one.
Okay. Well, last year, you know Freddie Tavares. He was at yesterday's show.
Yeah. This guy, yeah.
So Freddie and I, we were putting together a show called Wrenchworks, and it was a festival type show where they had a stage. We were going to do a live podcast and all this stuff. We had everything. I mean, up to the final hour, and we had to unfortunately cancel it. But a lot of that stuff,
some stuff is regulated or not or what, but just find out what you're able to do and able not to do and do what you can do.
The 2-step one would be cool.
Yeah.
If we can get permits for that.
Yeah.
The push-up stuff, that's really fun.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
And the tug of war is fun too.
Tug of war
you know?
too,
And then,
yeah, like
and
a
then I even
physical
had one
activity,
and stupid stuff, bro. I've had one where they did the potato
hop
thing. So they
sack?
got the married couples and they got in the bags and they just did a little
awesome.
because they did it as a Fast and Furious race. But it's a Fast and Furious race in the potato sack. So you do the same game, you just give it a different name.
You get one green hop sack, you get a red one with like Integra stickers on it.
Do a raffle. Do a raffle too. Like just you could we could think of ideas all day
Now
long.
he's gonna have to earn royalties.
I know. But we definitely and we say that because we want to.
I even seen another one time. I was at another car show where they even did a musical chairs.
Huh?
Like just anything you could think of, bro. Like this, but it kills, 20 minutes here and 10 minutes there and another 10 minutes there. And I know it's dorky stuff, and whoever's going to participate does, whoever doesn't. But
we have some characters.
Musical chairs with like a Fast and Furious soundtrack in the background.
Exactly. But whatever I'm saying, it's just fun, and people will laugh, they'll joke, they'll have a good time. And now it's not just a bunch of people walking around looking at a car. Now you got some different.
I like that.
Now you got some different flavor
I like
on the
that.
cake.
I like that. Next time, if we got some money laying around from whatever show we do, like we donate some, but we got to kick some to him now because
the ideas.
Because normally we donate anything that extra that we generate. It always gets donated.
It's going to cost you an extra $1,000 to do some of these games. It's easy money.
So
and since we always put back. Actually, we put everything back into the show.
Everything goes back so like every any accommodations that we have, we
do rally and then so the raffle thing. What you do is with that is you guys have a lot of car people, so you have someone give away a set of tires, a set of rims.
Rims I can do,
whatever you do. And so I'm saying is the raffle is, and then you do the raffle at the end. So you have a table with all the different prizes on there, and then people come up and grab them, and when they get the call.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like all of it.
Good ideas. But we said it official. We're going to work December. We want to plan something big in December.
I'll give you my address for the check for the idea.
You got it, bro. You think I'm kidding, but we're going to definitely do it. Guys, on that note, I want to give you a big shout out, big thank you for coming out. You've been freaking awesome from last year, this year. I know you've been to his shows even twice prior to that. Thanks so much for always coming out, for showing us in Central Florida love, man. Hector, Noel G. All right.
It's all love, man. Thank you guys for having me out. I always say, Hector's like family, real talk, man. This guy's brought me out 4 times already. He's taking care of us more than he had to, and got a lot of love for this cat, a lot of respect. He's really went over and beyond, and and thank you guys for bringing me out, having me on the podcast, and thank you for being a podcaster who does your research and going in the right way. And so I appreciate that from you as well, and just all the time you've been nice to me and supers. I really feel like this time we got closer though, and I felt it from the show and then here, so it's good.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So long story short, man, thank you guys for bringing me out. You already know Cars and Coffee podcast right here. Keep on following them. Keep on supporting them. Do it Fast and Furious style. If you want to keep up with me on my Instagram at Actor Noel G, or my TikTok, Actor Noel G. And my last words that I always say, God first, and the rest will work itself out. Much love.
Solid. This is Arnold, Windermere Cars and Coffee. Hector.
Yeah.
Cars and Coffee,
Winter Garden.
We're signing off. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you guys. See you.